So, the Yankees make another roster move before opening day. Let's go. Hey, gang, I hope you're all doing well. So, Yankees are 6-1. And I don't know about you, but I didn't think they would be 6-1 at this point. I know that last year's team would not have been 6-1, but I am happy with how they've played against Houston and against Arizona. Okay. Capitalizing on opportunities, fighting back when they get an opportunity too. So this is a different team. It's got a different feel. And Toronto Blue Jays coming to town. And then the Marlins coming to town for the opening set at home in the Bronx starting tomorrow. So it's going to be a pretty hostile environment, I think, tomorrow. I think the Blue Jays are going to be looking to punish the Yankees after what the Astros did to them. They no-hit them the other day. And the Blue Jays have not gotten off to a great start. And the Marlins have gotten off to a dreadful start. So there's even talks about the Marlins unloading already, becoming sellers and moving players. Still remains to be seen. Hasn't happened yet, but we'll see. You never know. But if you're a Yankee fan, you want to be kept in the loop on all things Yankees, especially in baseball as well, and you're not subbed to this channel, hit that sub button, gang. Okay, and hit all the notifications too. That way you don't miss anything. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. It really means the world. Your support means everything. Now, let's get to this roster move. The Yankees have outrighted Tanner Tully. Okay. Now, Tanner Tully was DFA'd a couple days ago to make room for a new acquisition, Jake Cousins. Okay. When he was DFA'd, he was taken off the 40-man and it puts him through waivers. He made it all the way through waivers unclaimed. So the Yankees had an opportunity to bring him back and outright him to the minor leagues, which is what they did. The difference being when they bring him back and outright him to the minor leagues, he's not on the 40-man. So no corresponding move needed to happen. They were able to still bring him back and put him right to the minor leagues. It's essentially signing somebody. It's almost the same as signing somebody to a minor league deal and them not being part of the 40-man. So you do not need to make a corresponding move. So welcome back, Tanner Tully. And, Jake Cousins made a pretty good impression. He made one bad pitch the other day, got hit by Arizona. But aside from that, he was pretty solid. And, and it strategically smart moves last night by Aaron Boone, purposely loading up the bases, knowing that they only had pitchers left on the bench to hit. And Caleb Ferguson helped get him out. And again, yes, he did replace Clay Holmes, but I want to make it clear, if you were watching the game last night, Clay Holmes not the one that blew that save. The infield blew it. Anthony Volpe did not make the play. He threw a wild throw to first base. And had he made that play and the game ended, we would not be talking about Clay Holmes blowing the save. Again, so many comments where, oh, Yankees need a real closer. And it's almost as if somebody commented on Twitter that he's a ground ball inducing reliever. And those aren't real relievers and blah, blah, blah. And people just decided to run with that yesterday. None of them can back it up. And completely ignoring the fact that Mariano Rivera induced a lot of ground balls. So did guys like Jesse Orosco and Roger McDowell in '86 Mets when they won their championship. Like, it is possible. You don't need to necessarily be a power pitcher. And this is no disrespect to Billy Wagner or some of these guys, straight up power guys. Okay. But the comparisons that are being made right now, starting yesterday with Clay Holmes to Mariano Rivera, are comical, in my opinion. First of all, I don't think anybody can be compared to Mariano Rivera. There's been a lot of great closers: Dennis Eckersley, Billy Wagner, and the list goes on. Lee Smith, even John Franco, right? Trevor Hoffman. That's a lot of great closers, but Mariano Rivera is clearly hands down the greatest of all time. The guy had pretty much one pitch that nobody can hit over 20 years. He gave us 20 years of joy and memories, and on a special team. He was a big part of why they were special. But he also made one of the, he blew some saves too. He blew Game 7 of the World Series in 2001. Didn't make him any less of the GOAT. So the comparisons for Clay Holmes to Mariano Rivera are kind of crazy. And I don't know why people are doing it. Do people need a reason to blame somebody on the Yankees at all times? Be angry at somebody at the Yankees at all times? It's just a curiosity. I'm asking you folks. I want your insight. Okay. And like Josh Hader, Emmanuel Clase, Devin Williams, they were flavors of the month, right? Jordan Hicks. There's no guarantee any one of these guys would have been better than Clay Holmes, who happens to have 2 consecutive seasons with the Yankees at a sub-3 ERA. Consistency. And now he's finally part of a team that is equipped enough offensively to come back from ties from down. Like, he hasn't had an offense like this to back him up. And clearly their defense has been backing him up. He's gotten hit a little bit. But Josh Hader, he just made $19 million a year. He's got, I think, 2 blown saves already. 2 losses, too. So the comparisons are comical and unnecessary, in my opinion. But again, give me your take on it. I really want to know what your thoughts are. I am fine. Like I said, I don't care if they win by an inch or win by a mile. They win. I don't care if he has a rough save or a stressful save or an easy one. A save is a save. If they win the game, they did their job. Okay? Not everybody's going to be perfect. Not everybody's going to be perfect. That's just the reality. Some teams, some players have outer-worldly years like Hader did in Class A, but that's 1 year. Okay? And Clay Holmes, when he came here from Pittsburgh, he was a mid-5 ERA guy. Now he's a mid-2 ERA guy here with the Yankees as the Yankees closer. Different market, different everything. Okay, and speaking of different, the second thing I wanted to ask your opinion on was, and if you haven't heard, Jeff Passan was talking about this yesterday, and he made some take that Babe Ruth would have stunk in today's game. He wouldn't have been a good player. First of all, this to me is as comical as that Rocky Balboa movie when they did a simulator between Rocky Balboa and Antonio Tarver. Like, you can't ever prove that. So what is the point of the take? You have nothing better to talk about? Like, and the fact is, he swung a bat that was about almost 20 ounces heavier than what people swing today in stadiums that were way bigger than they are today. And the fact is, too, look at him, his pitching stats. He was one of the best pitchers in the game. Okay? And then he transitioned to one of the best hitters in the game of all time. He was one of the best hitters while he was a pitcher. He was homering more than teams were homering. So there's a reason why people compare Shohei Ohtani to Babe Ruth. He's an all-timer. There's a reason why they compare Juan Soto to Ted Williams. He's an all-timer. These guys were legit. And a lot of these players, unlike players today, had to work a second job because they weren't making the big money that people are making today. Working a job in construction, supermarket, taxis, whatever they were doing. Okay, and some of these guys even went away to war for 2 to 3 years and came back and played like they didn't miss a beat, like Ted Williams and some of these other folks. Look at their stats. Completely 2 years and 3 years gone. They came right back to MVP player. Could they do that nowadays? I highly doubt it. It's a different game. This is why I don't like the MJ, Michael Jordan to LeBron James comparisons. Different era, different game. And again, what was the point of saying Babe Ruth could have stopped? None of us can prove it. Nobody in the world can prove it. Okay? So as much as I'd like to see him pitch against, bat against Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Randy Johnson, like it would be cool. Greg Maddux, but who knows? He could have went deep off all these guys. We don't know. We have no idea. So give me your take on that too. I want to know what your take is. But that's the Yankees move. If you watch the move, it's going to be crazy tomorrow. So get ready, brace yourselves, gang. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive series against the Blue Jays. So if anything else comes out, you're going to get it here. Have a great day. Talk to you next time.